Emeraudius, King Alvin and Queen Marian's son Prince Louis is upset following the end of his relationship with a princess from another kingdom that he planned to marry at 18 years old. The two decide for their son to search for a princess to marry. In order to marry her, he has to be certain that she is truly the one. Skeptical about marrying a princess, Louis changes his mind and wants to marry the daughter of Edmund Carmichael. However, Alvin and Marian side against him marrying Edmund's daughter. But Louis convinces them to give Edmund his daughter a chance, because he knows that he will love her regardless of their assumed personality. But he is uncertain about her being true to herself. Meanwhile, Edmund Carmichael, one of the most well-known men in Emeraudius, mostly from his successful fashion business and magazine of the same name Le Monde de la Mode d'Edmond, is living with his 18-year-old daughter Serafina and 9-year-old son George. Despite their success, the family are far away from the richest people as they have only moved for the lower to the middle upper class, not the upper yet. Serafina is the dressmaker behind her father's creations, while George presents the ideas to her. She even uses her talents to make herself clothes oftentimes. Edmund hears about Louis's willingness to marry Serafina, and he, immediately believing that the marriage will be an even more likely chance for her and the family, overall to get a better chance for becoming richer, sends his daughter over to the palace and makes her wear a new dress he created to show off his creations to the family. Serafina goes to the castle and meets the royal family, but Marian and Alvin make it obvious that they don't like her. For her first day, she is told to relax and make herself at home. In the meantime, Serafina begins to resume the dress she had no time to complete before, and Louis comes into the room, complimenting Serafina and the dress. Serafina learns how to be a princess fit for a prince across those 3 days. She befriends lots of woodland creatures in the forest nearby and helps 2 lost children find their way back home. Louis spends time with her in between her doing these activities, and Serafina's dresses become a prominent factor in that space, with her constantly wearing them and getting attention by those around the castle. At the same time, Serafina helps out the overworked and underpaid royal employees via cooking food, cleaning the windows, etc. However, Marian becomes very strict and overbearing towards Louis due to her desire for Louis to marry someone else. As over time, Serafina and Louis begin to start liking each other, once both slowly develops a liking toward each other. Marian does everything in her power to sabotage Serafina. Going along with this plan, Marian and Alvin start to gravitate their attention towards 4 other girls they have invited to the castle days before Serafina came. The main being Princess Elizabeth due to her beauty, poised demeanor, and maturity compared to the other girls, which they actually say to Louis, but he thinks otherwise as he likes Serafina, not Elizabeth. After a discussion with his parents, whose hubris and disrespect towards Serafina and also the girls show due to them viewing women as marital status rather than people, Louis decides the night of the last day to challenge the girls with a final task to determine who is worthy to marry him. Marian places a pea under 20 mattresses in the bed where the girls are going to sleep, and tell them if they feel the pea or not. If they do, that girl will marry the prince. When the 3 girls Marian and Alvin invited give it a go, they don't feel the pea at all, but Elizabeth, being the most determined, pretends to feel the pea as an attempt to secure her place of being Louis's wife. She is caught, however, but not without a little of a fight. Serafina gives it a try and she also feels the pea. Everybody is skeptical and want her to rest another day to fully determine if she is lying, just like Elizabeth. When she wakes in the morning, she is asked about how well she had slept. She tells them that she did not sleep well because there was still something hard underneath her in the bed. She proceeds to say that by morning, her body was about to turn black and blue. Louis and his parents now believe that she is the real deal, because only someone of royalty could be so sensitive and delicate from a pea hidden under 20 mattresses more than once. Louis had found his bride and now marries the princess, with Alvin and Marian being forced to apologize to Serafina for how they acted towards her. The 4 other girls congratulate Serafina as Elizabeth storms off angrily to her kingdom. At the end of the fairy tale, the pea is placed on display in a museum.